Good morning and welcome to This Week in Cincinnati. I'm Kristen Hartman. Today we're looking at the race for Hamilton County Commissioner. That contest has incumbent Republican Chris Monzell facing Democratic challenger Stephanie Dumas. Dumas is the former mayor of Forest Park, the former village manager of Lincoln Heights, and a licensed social worker. Joining us now is Stephanie Dumas. I want to thank you for being here. And of course, WCPO political and government reporter Paula Christian is also with us this morning. Thanks as well.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
You bet. So I want to open the conversation backtracking a little bit to May and the primary, and people said that your win was miraculous. So looking back on it, was it so miraculous to you?
It was not miraculous to me. I have always been a hard worker. I've always been committed to people and advocating for people. And so I had a strategy that I used for the primary. I had ran in 2006 once before and received a third of the vote in Hamilton County. So I knew there were some people that were already familiar with me. And when I heard the call that they needed someone to sign up to do this, I knew I had a lot more to offer.
You did not have the support of the Democratic Party, though, the endorsement, if you will, correct?
Correct. But I went ahead. I did not have it in 2006 either. So we gathered our funds and our $465, and which $450 were spent on signs. And so everyone would say, you have signs everywhere. But at night we would pick up our signs like every 3 days and move them to other neighborhoods. And so that's why people thought we had signs. The fact that I was not endorsed did not discourage me. It actually pushed me forward to do what I knew I needed to do for the county.
So what was the key, do you think, to your success?
I think grassroots, that people could see. I knocked on a lot of doors. I went into a lot of neighborhoods. People saw the sincerity and the honesty.
Nothing beats that one-to-one,
absolutely,
does it?
Yeah. They can read you. People can read who you really are. And when I got my signs, which have, so far, the only ones that have my pictures on it, people were saying they could see, you know, the eyes are the windows to the soul, and they could like look inside and see, even if they didn't meet me directly, what type of person I was.
Knowing your opponent had $31,000, I think it was, in the war chest, was that daunting to you in any way, shape, or form? Because you mentioned your $465.
I was not aware of that.
Okay.
So, and I try not to even name my opponent or think about what my opponent is doing. I know that other parties, the Republican Party and also the Green Party, have been supporting me. So that's a lot of people. So no, the amount of money did not bother me at all.
Paula, I want to bring you into the discussion. An upset like this, typical, not typical? How would you put it for
it's a lot easier to win in a small turnout primary as an underdog, because not as many voters are showing up, so it's easier to make a big impact if you do motivate a core group of people to turn out in your favor, which is what you did. It will be somewhat more difficult in the general election just because you have more people turning out. But as we were speaking earlier, you might have the electorate on your side if you buy into the blue wave that's coming this November. What do you think?
Well, it's funny you say blue wave, because my campaign manager, Melinda Edwards, her hair is blue.
Oh, really?
So I tell everybody when I go to speak, I don't wait for the blue wave. I bring the blue wave with me. So, but you're absolutely right. Our numbers are looking great as of a month ago, and I don't really look at numbers, but other people do. My opponent's numbers are 42% from the surveys that they've taken, and I'm at 42% already. So I'm aware that the general election is a little different. So we're hoping that people come out and vote. Yeah.
Is your strategy still that one-on-one, door knocking, eye contact, all that?
Absolutely. I have made every parade, every festival, every trying to go to a lot of churches. So a lot of our other candidates are knocking on doors right now, and I'm going to wait a little bit longer for that mass knock on doors, because people are really generally living their lives day to day, and they may want to vote, and I'll come now and they're think about me, but when it comes time, November the 6th, they may have forgotten about me. So I'm going to do it a little, I'm telling my strategy. But,
that's pretty traditional.
Right, yeah.
Don't really start until about 6 weeks before the election.
Yeah, so they've been
ramp
canvassing,
with every week. So will you be able to motivate as many volunteers as you need to go out there on your behalf?
Well, I've been endorsed by the unions. A couple of them, AFL-CIO, ASME union, which I was a ASME member for 25 years. And so they have their own little packet that they put together to go all over the county. So there are a lot of other groups that are helping in that effort. Of course, the Democratic Committee is also going around. So we'll take our volunteers and we'll do what we do, and they'll include our literature in that process.
So for this first part of our conversation, we've kind of pulled back the veil on process. What I'd like to do after we return from break is talk about some of the issues.
Sure.
So let's take a break. We'll do that in just a moment.